Underwear, usually hidden under our clothes, are now front and center and fully exposed in a new exhibition at the Frick Museum. The display reveals a fascinating story of underwear from the 18th century to present day. It illustrates how undergarments not only shape our bodies, but reveal things about ourselves as well. This North American exclusive comes on the heels of a wildly successful shoe exhibit at the Frick. This underwear exhibit is already causing waves, and it doesn't even open until tomorrow. Welcome Frick Pittsburgh Executive Director Robin Nicholson to tell us more about it. This is really exciting and sexy, and I mean, so many different adjectives that we can use about it. Tell us about bringing this to the Frick.
Well, the exhibition comes from the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, who have one of the greatest collections of fashion and costume in the world, and probably have the only significant collection of underwear, because inevitably underwear doesn't tend to be preserved in museums for obvious reasons. So they actually have this incredible collection from the 18th century. And they are a museum of design, so they continue acquiring works by contemporary designers. And so some of the most fun pieces in the exhibition are actually by sort of marquee names in the design world: Alexander McQueen, Dolce & Gabbana. So the exhibition both tells the history of underwear, but it is also, as you say, a very sexy, glamorous exhibition with some beautiful things. It's
kind of making me blush even just talking about it. I mean, are we going to see things that will make us blush, or what are we going to be looking at?
Possibly, yes. I mean, it's both men's underwear and women's underwear, so there's something for everybody. But I think what people will really take away is looking at some of the early corsets and the bodices, when people were using underwear as a way of constricting the human form, and these incredible 18-inch waists and forms like that. I think that's going to make people's eyes open.
And that's why we have those fainting couches, right?
Absolutely,
because of the corsets.
Yes. But then one of the fascinating things about the exhibition is it tells a story about the introduction of synthetic materials and synthetic fabrics, and that had a huge transformation in the way that underwear was designed and made, but then also in turn how fashion on top of that changed in the 20th century. And I think synthetic fabrics are one of the most fascinating parts of the exhibition.
So how does the exhibit kind of move through from the 18th century to present day? What will we see from present day?
We'll see examples particularly of contemporary designers who are using underwear forms often as outerwear. One of the key images we had is a Dolce & Gabbana hoop dress, which essentially is a transparent dress based on 19th century forms. And a lot of designers, I think, are becoming very eclectic in their use of fashion motifs and the use of the materials, the laces, the silks, and so forth.
This is the hoop? Yeah,
that's right, yeah. That's the Dolce & Gabbana, which is an amazing piece. I mean, so some of these pieces have just been on the catwalk in the last 2 or 3 years, so they're really right up to the cutting edge of design.
So you and I were talking about how this is the second in Fashion at the Frick. It's a 3-part series that obviously started with the heels, which was just a killer exhibit there at the Frick.
Yes, it was. I mean, the Killer Heels exhibition was a huge success. It again combined some history, some narrative, but was also a very sexy, beautiful exhibition that people just loved. And we had almost 25,000 people come to see that show, which was a record for us. So we're fairly confident that Undressed is going to do the same sort of thing.
And the heels was the highest attendance in 10 years, and you're expecting maybe much of the same for the
I think so, yes. I mean, of our 25,000 people who came to Killer Heels, almost 10,000 were first-time visitors. And so we see the fashion scene in Pittsburgh as something that's really quite remarkable, and there's a lot of appetite for these sorts of exhibitions and programs, so we're thrilled to present it.
Can you reveal what your third will be in this series, the last?
We are presenting next year at this time an exhibition of a contemporary Belgian artist called Isabel de Borsch, Graf, who creates amazing historic dresses entirely out of paper. Papier-mâché, watercolor, scrumple, designed. They are really extraordinary objects, and we will have about 100 or so of those on display this time next year.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in and telling us some more about Undressed. And the Frick Undressed exhibit opens to the public this Saturday, October 21st, and runs through early January. Don't miss your chance to see this exclusive North American exhibition here all the way from London at the Frick Museum in Point Breeze. You'll find more details on the exhibit and the upcoming nightwear party to celebrate Undressed at kdka.com/PTL.